Hello, deities. It's your favorite spook boy, Cheese Louise, and today we are playing some Genshin Impact. By playing, I mean watching. It's everyone's favorite Cheese Louise streams, ones where I silently watch Genshin Impact cutscenes for a long time. Aren't you excited, Cheesa?
Sounds like a plan, Cheese. Let's dive back into the world of Genshin Impact and unravel more of its captivating story. Get ready for new quests, exciting encounters, and thrilling adventures. Let's have a blast. Swords, glowing star.
Hi, Lucky Bucky.
Hola, Lucky Bucky 58224. Mucho gusto. Como estás hoy? Espero que estés disfrutando del stream.
You stop that.
Si tienes alguna pregunta o necesitas ayuda, no dudes en decirlo. Diviértete y bienvenido, glowing star, smiley face.
She's speaking moon speak. I don't know what's coming out of her mouth. Today's stream doesn't really have anything to do with Halloween, but it's October, so you know, gotta put up the layout. White woman Spanish. It's true though. I just had her on auto read chat, but I turned her off.
Hey, you over there?
It's me. Who, me?
Yeah, you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
Really? In prison? Okay, so we're in like a prison heist thing. We got arrested on purpose to find out what happened to our friend. And by friend, I mean child. And by child, I mean that one guy. Who cares?
You TCG players are like mint in the wild. Literally,
but it's like a weird
everywhere.
second society that isn't really like a prison at all.
Hey, come
but
on
you know.
now. What's wrong with finding fellow Invocation aficionados? Anyway, care to join me for a game?
No, I haven't played Genius Invocation TCG in months.
All right.
Got boring.
No pressure.
But why would you be looking looking for people to play Genius Invocation in a place like this. Don't people usually come here to fight?
Whether you're throwing down cards or throwing punches, it's all a competition, isn't it? It's all the same in my eyes.
True. A boxing
There are
match is
lots of
basically the
card
same thing
players
as
here
a
in
rousing
Fortress.
round of Yu-Gi-Oh!
When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from other nations play cards. So I came over to say hi.
Would you mind chatting with us for a moment?
Sure.
Great! Since you've been here longer than us, you need to flex your seniority a little bit, right? Maybe you could start by telling us newcomers some stories about this place.
He's finished band practice. That would be perfect to watch your favorite Twitch streamer, Cheezette. Wow, did you hear that, Cheezette? Your Lucky's favorite.
I thought you would have already heard everything by now.
Thank you, Cheese.
Alright then.
That's
Do you have
incredibly
anything
sweet of
specific in
Lucky
mind?
Blocky to say.
Or do you want me
I
to just
appreciate the
pick a
support
topic?
and I'm glad to be their
Why don't
favorite.
you pick?
Let's
We'll let
continue
you
to
know
have a
if we've
great
heard it
time
already.
together. Glowing star. Smiley face.
Alright. Have you heard any strange rumors since you've arrived?
She doesn't think that's weird.
Then
yes,
did you know
rumors,
that
of
there are
course.
some people who are always gossiping over in the corner?
Not
There are
gossipers
two
in
guys who are
prison.
always skulking around in the corners of corridors gossiping. The bigger guy is Quisto, and the skinny one is Lavaroon. People call them the Bombshell Bros. I never really found their gossip very mind-blowing. And it's pretty much just the same stuff that I hear about when I'm at work every day. If you're interested, you can go talk with them. They tend to talk a lot of nonsense, but they aren't exactly bad.
Good to know. Do you have anything else to tell us?
I still think it's weird that last time the plot twist was like, there's these secret rules you have to follow or you could die. And everyone like mutters about it like they're ancient rules that have been there for generations. But it's like a couple weeks old since Child escaped. It's just
Let me
ridiculous.
think. Sounds like you want to hear something a little more tantalizing. Oh, did you know that the Duke was also a convict in the fortress of Meripede before?
Huh? Wait, are you serious?
Wait, that's actual information.
That's right. The Duke was an inmate just like you and me. Seems he was exiled here for committing some crime. Who knows how he ended up rising up to become the warden, though.
Kind of
Go from an
assumed though.
ordinary inmate to becoming the manager of the whole place? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of respect that.
By the way, do you happen to know anything about a forbidden zone?
Forbidden Zone?
That's
Sounds like
forbidden
something
it
that
did.
someone just made up. I've never heard of that. Where did you hear about it?
It's just
Internet.
a rumor we've been hearing, but no worries if you've never heard of it. Do you have anything else you can tell us?
Anything else? Not that I can think of, but I'll be sure to tell you anything interesting I hear next time. You'll have to play a game of Genius Invocation with me first, though.
I don't want to. It's boring. Has my spooky month been? Not very spooky so far. I haven't done anything spooky yet. I was thinking about maybe streaming a Castlevania game tomorrow. Depends on how far I get through this. But I know what game I'm gonna stream on Halloween itself. That's a secret for now.
There's some people talking over there. Let's listen in on the conversation.
But most of Spooky Month's gonna be spent playing not spooky games because Sonic Superstars and Mario Wonder and Spider-Man 2 come out this month. I'm dying, Squirtle. It's too many.
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface act like they're all a bunch of aristocrats. Do any of them give half
How
a
about you?
hoot about
How's
a
your
bunch
spook?
of dogs like us?
Hey, speak for yourself, mate. I'm no dog.
Oh, you think you're special or something? If you're here, then you're just a convict like the rest of us. I've heard that even if you're released after serving your sentence, going back to life on the surface ain't any better. Once a criminal, always a criminal. We're marked for life.
Played nighttime hide and seek in a pitch black skin suit? Oh, that sounds kind of difficult. 'Twas ever so spooky. That sounds more spooky for the seeker than the hiders.
I don't buy that.
Hey, how cool would it be if the whole world was destroyed by a giant flood and everyone had to start over from nothing?
What kind of filthy bilgewater are you spewing?
Whoa.
I have family up there.
You were the
bet
seeker?
Such a
Ah.
sewer hole would talk like that. Listen, things ain't so great on the surface, but who says that you have to leave?
I am voice
You'll stay
acting.
here and work even after you've served your sentence. Not bad if you ask me.
Chase
Who
people
wants to
around
live
on all
in the
fours.
ruddy overworld anyway?
Scare the crap out of people. That sounds like a fun
What
time.
makes you think they want to hire someone like you? It's one of the great mysteries of the universe, how someone as useless as you is so confident.
Whoa. Sounds like they're really unhappy about the overworld. Speaking of which,
I wasn't
I've never
listening.
heard anyone use the words overworld or underworld when we were living up there. Is it only something the inmates down here say?
It's normal for convicts to be unhappy. That's their job.
That's true.
Although something that did happen this month, my headset worked. So I'm using my old headset that I got before my current one, so I don't have sound canceling right now. But I got a new headset ordered. It should be here any day now. It's just like the left ear stopped working. Or it would work, but only if I really press in like the auxiliary cord. But I'm not gonna sit there and like hold it in place while I stream. That doesn't work. You don't use a headset?
There's a
Well,
group
you're
of
not a
people over there.
well, I guess you are a streamer. I feel like streamers
So
usually
I
use
said,
headsets.
that's not a faucet. Hey, who are you two?
Rather
Why'd you
not
come
get a
over
dent
all
in
of a
your
sudden?
head? What do you have, a baby skull?
Oh, sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking about something private.
Hmm.
What's the matter? They're just looking to join in on our fun, that's all.
Hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that.
You're an on again, off again streamer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fine. You're lucky we don't mind extroverts that much.
I couldn't imagine streaming without a headset. Like, how do you control your audio?
You hear that, Quisto? What nice!
How do you hear the game without it
Your
picking up on
expressions
the
tell me
mic?
you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right? But before that, it just so happens.
Your headset's too often, you get a
that I
dent in
know
your
you
head.
two.
A lot of people
Really?
got them.
Are we that famous?
I don't know about that.
You're kidding.
Also depends
How
on the
often
headsets
does
you're
anyone
wearing.
get a personal tour led by His Grace
Like
himself?
Tim the Tap Man.
Practically everyone was talking about it. Word has it that you also caused quite the kerfuffle.
Not a kerfuffle. Oh, hey, it was just a little mistake. I'm just kerfuffling.
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group anytime, unlike some of the others here.
Your group?
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry, we're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that our information is always so explosive, and we blow minds on the regular.
So, you two really like to gossip? Whew, you sure know how to embellish.
No, you don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. For example, knowing who's working with whom, who has the latest rumors, who's not getting along. Wouldn't you like to know all that?
Sorry, I'm reading about this head denting. I mean, I guess it can press into your skin, but... Wait, like on the top? No way. No way. That's so fake. I refuse to believe it for a second. Yeah, and this article is calling it out as fake too. That's just some people happen to have a little head crease. And some of those people happen to also be streamers that have, like, that you've seen it after they take off. The top of your head is what gets dented. Absolutely zero chance. There's no force. There's no force being applied there. I don't know if you wear headsets, but all the force is being applied, like, into the sides of your head. That's ridiculous. Sorry, Lucky Bucky, I ain't buying that for $1.
Whoa, all this info's worth something, you know? You should prove you're worthy of it.
I don't mind him. Quisto's always this way. Just play nice and say something to massage his ego. The welfare meals.
It can increase your hair, though.
Welfare meals.
You can't have headphones tight enough to crease the top of your skull. That's... Okay, come on, you gotta apply a little common sense. Like, okay, so I was at work, right? And we use air hoses. We use air hoses to, like, clean stuff. And we were given, like, a warning, like, oh, don't use it to clean off your clothes, it's dangerous. And they've given like different reasons for it over time, which is a sure sign that, you know, they don't know what they're talking about. and one of the recent ones in a meeting was like, oh, well, it can get what's it called? You can get air embolisms in your blood. You can get air pockets in your bloodstream, and that can cause like a heart attack. It's like from these air hoses, absolutely no. And I did research on my own because I didn't believe it. And yeah, the type of air pressure you would need for that is like near 100 psi. Any safety air hose that you're using to clean is going to be around 30 psi. Not even close. You could do that if you were to blow the air directly into one of your body holes, like your ears or your mouth. But that would be incredibly stupid in the first place. You gotta think. You can't just be afraid of everything.
Right. That meal we had yesterday was super delicious. Paimon can still taste it whenever
And
she
yeah,
closes her eyes.
I brought it back to work. I was like, hey, so you guys are a little bit incorrect about this.
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals. I've been working as a kitchen assistant for about a month and a half now.
I forget what we're doing here.
Oh, so
Got distracted.
you're the one who made those delicious steaks. Amazing. You could be a professional chef.
You are correct. I am a true professional. In fact, I even went to culinary school. But enough about that. Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share similar tastes. Listen carefully. This little bombshell will help you learn what's really going on here in the fortress.
Fun fact of the day, did you know while most mammals have 2 or 3 hairs per follicle, chinchillas have 20, which means that they can't get parasite that live because they'll suffocate. It also makes them very soft. That's interesting. I never really thought about... Oh, likes. Yeah, that makes sense. Never really thought about how many hairs come out of a follicle, but good to know, I suppose. Huh? Did Loveroon just wink at me? Seems he's saying, don't be upset, he's a good fellow.
Listen, kids.
I
the power
keep getting distracted. I don't know what's happening.
Is quite complicated. The overworlders couldn't care less about us down here. We're basically dogs to them.
You skipped a word.
You've already met the one person here you should
didn't
never
say like.
cross. The Duke, Risley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he often doesn't bother dealing with it.
I need to memorize the pronunciation of Risley, or
Those who
I will
have the
never
Duke's attention
remember
get
it.
all kinds of special perks.
Risley,
Even better
Risley,
treatment in the
Risley,
infirmary.
Risley.
I know who you mean. It's that Jurier character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all. Why does he visit the infirmary practically every day? Is it normal for anyone to be going in and out of there so often? If you ask me, he's just faking it to get out of work.
But did you know that Jurier was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute before he came here? There's no denying that.
I don't care if he was a researcher that could turn dirt into Mora. Once you're in the fortress of Meripede, you're just another inmate like everybody else.
Ah, interesting. According to Croissant?
Speaking of which,
gosh
the
dang it.
last time I saw him, he was passing by in the corridor with Lord
It
Veen.
skipped on its own.
I also heard they started arguing in the library and got into a fight, right? Guess that's just how terrible of a guy he is.
You mean he hit a woman? Wow, I never imagined he was that bad.
Hey,
But
maybe
that
he's just an
Morvine's
advocate of
also
true
quite
gender
the
equality.
other,
You never know.
She's always gabbing away, got into a fight with a man, and she also got sent to the infirmary. Come to think of it, I always see her going to the sick bay every couple of days, too. Huh.
Wait a second. You don't think?
Mm.
Do you think could it be that they're secretly meeting there to go on dates? But it's really hard to imagine.
Can this story be
After all,
interesting
I
now,
do remember
please?
seeing Lorvine beat Julia to a pulp that one
This is so
time.
dull.
And we might be overthinking things.
So Jerry's confrontation with a girl named Lorvine and also frequently visits the infirmary. I'll remember that. Okay. You remember it, so I don't have to.
Everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Lenny.
Oh yeah,
Once
Lenny.
the party left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
Oh, he's down. Can I teleport down? There's no teleport down there, is there? Phooey and biscuits.
The wind rises.
Oh yeah, I heard remember what? Now you're talking. You get it.
Squall and fury.
I heard a good pro tip for this questline is to put a teleport point in your room. So next time we are in our room, we will put a teleport point there. Might even put one down here as well. Because if the internet's complaining about how much you have to ride these dumb elevators, and it's not just me, then I should probably take some steps to make it better. I mean, we could always just sit in here and stare at Novelet in all his glory. Look at this man. He's got like little blue antenna going on. Where am I? Go out the worst possible side.
The wind rises.
Oh, there was a teleport down here. Gosh dang it. I'm a fool. Wait. Oh my gosh.
Behold.
You must take elevator down and then elevator up. Different elevator though. Do you like my little Octopanion guy? He's pretty special.
The wind rises.
Alright, Lenny. Tell me. Tell me the secrets.
Huh? That
To
look
me.
in your eyes. You found something?
A little something, yeah.
Hey, this is no time to be modest. Just tell him we found a boatload of information.
Find a lot of something!
Oh, as expected of the legendary duo, you have my full and undivided attention.
Do summarize your findings to Lenny.
I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all, and Master Child probably went missing because he found a way out. He is a harbinger after all. I suppose he's much
You're a
more
harbinger.
resourceful than I initially gave him credit for. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out Master Child's exact whereabouts. Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to his disappearance.
Most important thing right now is to catch up to him.
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with professional diving skills to chase after him.
Well, when you put it that way, it's obvious that only Fremine would be up to the task.
You would think that, but
Bingo!
yes.
Is he around?
Please,
He's
please
working
get him.
today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. This was always a
Okay,
part of our
I take it
mission
back.
after all. Honestly, I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect all this information right under Risley's watchful eyes.
Collecting information has always been our strong point.
Is it? I thought
Now,
beating
let
up
me
people
think.
was our strong point.
To find out more information, Fremine will have to retrace Master Child's original route. And if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest. That's 6 days from now. And after that, he'll probably take another 2 or 3 days to return.
You can even estimate how long it'll take for him to get back?
We've been working together for a long time. We know each other's capabilities like the backs of our hands. Traveler, what say you to meeting here 9 days from now? We'll be able to pick up Fremine while we're at it, too.
Sure.
Oh, and there's just one last thing we'd like your help with. Though we can just sit back and wait for Fremine's report on Master Child's whereabouts, we still need to make more progress on the investigation of the Forbidden Zone. Fremine's no master of disguise. Lynette's still working on getting intel from the other areas, and I'll need to spend some time helping Fremine prepare for his diving mission. So, you are the only ones we can count on.
What do you want us to do? Will it be hard?
Well, I won't call it easy per se, but I think you'll be able to pull it off.
I think my roommate was yelling at League of Legends and it picked up on the mic for like a quarter of a second. That was weird.
Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs. You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover. You've already met the head nurse, so she'll be less suspicious of you. Investigate the internal structure of the infirmary and any active dealings within, and pass those on to me alongside anything else you're able to discover. But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first.
Sounds good. I'll give it my best shot.
My apologies, I just started rambling out of habit. It was almost as if I was talking to my younger brother.
Don't try to
That's not a bad thing,
familialize me. But what if I'm the older brother?
All right, then we'll head out as soon as we finish our prep.
Let's go our separate ways for now then. Don't forget, we meet here again in 9 days.
I was gonna
Stay
say
safe.
Ether is an older brother, but him and Lumine are twins. So neither of them is the older sibling. Oh. It did not even give me a split second to read that. Okay. Whatever. Probably didn't say anything that wasn't intuitive.
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several people inside.
Let's try to eavesdrop on them first. Several people appear engaged in conversation, only managed to catch bits.
It's not impossible.
So,
Time?
it's a bit hard to understand them from here. So, why don't we just try to talk to them in person? Let's go as soon as you're ready.
Okay. You nod and take a deep breath before inhaling a large amount of vapor from foul-smelling potion you found in blah, 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 blah. You recall correctly, a potion is old failed attempt at alchemy performed as Paimon. Okay. Choking, dying. Having given a good whiff, you take potion back.
Someone, please help! He's sick!
Oh, we're faking being sick to justify coming in. Got it, got it.
Whoa, are you okay?
Horf.
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed onto the ground. Paimon doesn't know what to do. Freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale complexion? Could it be poison? Let me take a look. Please, lie down over here.
Oh, my stomach really hurts.
Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly.
We ain't animating that.
Do it, traveler!
You kidding? But thank you. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you.
Sage was taking a few instruments. Begun to do a checkup. I hope I'm not so healthy that I'm suspicious.
I see now. My checkup has confirmed that he's not in any mortal danger. That's our worst fear out of the way. Eh? Oh, that's good. But...
You don't mind me, but you give some bozo a VIP badge. Lucky Bucky's been here just as long as you have, but difference is he never left.
I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Please, relax and take a deep breath.
Sage's using her hands to palpate different areas of my abdomen. Okay.
Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. Does it hurt when I press here?
Well, it's not too bad.
And here?
Ugh, goofy, ouch, ow, my bones.
Based on my initial checkup, there shouldn't be a problem here. Oh, how strange.
Ouch, my bones! Oh no, am I dumb and bad? You never left, you're right here? Pretty sure you're gone for like over a year.
Does this hurt?
No, not really. Can barely feel it.
Oh. I understand. So that's what it is.
Seguin is another user in the chat. Basil_Wadden. They're a regular
that's
viewer
not true.
and a part of our streaming community. We're glad to have them here with us. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. Smiley face, glowing star.
Chizette Sidgewin is a Genshin Impact character.
Ah, I see what you mean, Cheese. I apologize for the confusion. Seguin is indeed a character in Genshin Impact. She is an NPC and plays a role in the game's story. Thanks for clarifying that. Video game, swords.
I just gave the most generic summary of who she is. I guess you won't be wrong if you do that. But she is actually, I mean, currently she's an NPC, but look at her character design. She's going to be playable at some point. Just because you're stupid and only have one brain cell doesn't mean you're a bozo. True. 3 times 3 times 3? 3 cubed! You'll never figure it out.
I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious. Outside of a pretty bad stomachache when it decides to act up. So that's what it is.
5.
Thank goodness it's not anything more serious.
Psst, Lucky Bucky is 27.
And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. I'll inform our head chef, Mr. Woolsey, of this problem as soon as possible. Congratulations! The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a couple days. Why don't you take a rest here while I go get some medicine for you?
No, 25 is 5 squared, not 3 cubed.
Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after this new patient while I'm gone.
Very well.
And she hopped away, just like that.
I wonder if Chizette can do math. I'm pretty sure she can. What's 3 times 3 times 3?
The answer to 3 by 3 by 3 is 27.
Okay, good.
3 multiplied by 3 gives you 9.
You don't have to show your work. You don't have to explain it.
Math can be fun, right? Keep those calculations going. Abacus, glowing star.
Short answers.
Whoops, my apologies for the longer response, Cheese. I'll keep it short from now on. 3 by 3 by 3 equals 27. Smiley face, glowing star.
That's it. That's what I want to hear.
I can't provide the requested information.
Oh. It's just short answer. Well, Lucky Bucky said himself that it's just 1. So, I'll tell her.
Oh, Cheese, let's not be too harsh. Everyone has their own unique set of brain cells and abilities. Let's focus on positivity and having a good time together instead. Smiley face, glowing star.
No, he said so. I wasn't being rude.
Well, if Lucky Bucky 58224 said so themselves, then I'll take their word for it. Let's embrace our differences and have a fun and inclusive streaming experience. Remember, kindness and understanding go a long way. Glowing star, Smiley face.
Cheese that really said, you may be an idiot, but let's embrace our differences.
Well, Lucky Bucky 58224, I appreciate your honesty. We all have different strengths and abilities, and having one brain cell doesn't define your worth. Let's enjoy the stream together and focus on having a great time. Smiley face, glowing star.
What are you, a therapist? Phew, this infiltration mission is going much more smoothly than I imagined. Next, there are only 2 people left in this room. Sijuin just called that woman Lorvine, so she has to be one of those frequent visitors to the infirmary I've heard before. Would that mean that the man next to her is... I don't want to pronounce that.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
I'm still not great. I can't keep staring at her. It'll draw unwanted attention. That guy also seems to have noticed. Now he's looking my direction too.
His stomach ache's really bad. He was stumbling about the whole way here, so Paimon's really worried.
I have a special stomach condition that makes me stare at people an uncomfortable amount of time.
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry. She's the best medic we've got down here.
Say Sijuin? I swear, every voice actor pronounces character names different.
But it also looks like she's the only medic you've got down here.
Yes, and?
Well, that's true.
What do you mean,
Womp,
that's
womp,
true?
womp.
That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but it's not like everyone imprisoned here is useless, you know? Though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss Sijuin take care of the sick and injured.
I'm pretty sure when you
Yeah,
get found
you're
guilty in
right.
court
But
that
did
they
you have
strip
to
you of
lecture
all
me
your
about it in front
intelligence
of
and
another
abilities.
patient? Aren't you a patient too? Where did all your energy come from?
That's correct. Sorry, I got a bit ahead of myself.
The government doesn't want you to know
Are
that, though.
you two also sick?
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups, and to pick up the medicines Miss Sijuin prescribes for us. That's just the nature of chronic illnesses. As for
Sijuin?
her... You could say she fancies herself as Miss Sijuin's capable helper because she learned a bit of medical knowledge ages ago.
I feel like this game's
Please
gaslighting
watch
me.
your mouth, Mr. Jurrier. Don't forget that you are the primary reason I have frequent heart palpitations.
What?
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep it civil at least.
Busters seem to have a pretty terrible relationship and only ran to each other because they came here to pick up their meds at the same time. She said heart palpitations? But outside of the 2 of them, there's nothing suspicious inside this room. All the files on the table appear to be patient records. Well, there's a box. Can't check it out right now. You know, you could have just asked Sijuin to like let you look around. I don't think she would stop you. I saw that many furnishings on the wall, and there seems to be a movable hatch on the ground over there. The face when no heart palpy girlfriend.
Hey! There's no need to fight! Everyone will be released someday, so there's no need to argue over silly things like this!
But...
Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that. And who the heck knows if we'd even be able to continue our previous lives?
Presence of a movable hatch isn't strange by itself, but perhaps my adventurer's intuition speaking, but isn't it a bit strange that there's a movable hatch here of all places? Is it hiding something?
Please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation. Oh, and Mr. Jurrier, I don't want to see your face here again anytime soon.
Jurrier?
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this excessively noisy place.
Hey, you can't spell love without Lorvine.
He just
Or
slowly
vice
walked
versa.
off like that?
Can't spell
It's just
Lorvine
what
without
he
love.
I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine, and that's... Well, his name is Jurrier, but I hope you'll never have cause to remember his name.
You really can't stand him, huh?
Not sure that's true. What do you
Can you
mean?
blame me?
Check all the letters.
Who would like someone who's as arrogant and obsessed with weird research topics as he is? But there's no need to keep dwelling on him. I'll accompany you two for a while. Miss Seashween should be back soon, and I'm sure you'll feel better as soon as you've had some of her medicine.
Thank you for looking after me.
No, it's nothing.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Nope. Talk to people.
Thank you for getting her
That's
medicine,
not resting.
Miss Seashween.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth of medicine for you. Take 1 pill now, and then continue your bed rest.
Okay. Take stomachache pills that Seashwin gave you.
Miss Levine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Do you still remember if we discussed the color of the pill that you should be taking today?
I remember. You said it should be yellow.
That's the only identifiers you have on your different pills? Did I talk about it before I was in? Why don't I remember?
I don't have access to personal information about Seagwin, Basil_Wadden. As for whether she is a licensed medical professional, I'm unable to provide that information. Let's respect people's privacy and enjoy our time here in the stream. Smiley face, glowing star.
She already forgot about giving short answers. I'm not 100% sure on Shijween. But I know she is like half Melusine, which is like those little animal citizens that you saw running around. So I think she's fully grown, if that's what you're asking about.
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon too.
Thanks.
See ya!
But yeah, I think she can have a job and an education.
I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? I just want to double-check a few details, if that's all right with you.
That's what they call me.
Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? Paimon can answer the questions instead.
Face with no ambiguously legal nurse. Yeah. Gosh dang it.
So his primary symptoms are abdominal pain with secondary symptoms of nausea. Is there anything else? That's it. All right then. Is there anything we should know besides to take the meds? No, his base constitution is quite good, so I'm sure he'll recover quite quickly after taking the medicine. Please make sure to stick to bland or less stimulating foods, and don't stay up too late at night.
Wait.
Paimon will hold the Traveler to that for sure.
I don't think necessarily. I mean, she's probably just saying avoid like spicy food, because that's hard on your stomach. But I don't think like food being flavorful is directly correlated to how easy it is on your stomach. Spices aside. She's still looking at me. Should I just try to take a nap like she said?
Oh, you're going to take a nap already? Okay then, you get some rest.
Move yourself to regular patient's bed, relax completely. The weariness from work until gathering you've been rolling back to. You can, however, still catch some hits of Paimon's conversation with Seashween.
We've been to lots of places together. He may look a bit under the weather now, but he's actually super strong.
Oh gosh, she's gonna tattle on accident. She's a little rat.
So
Paimon, shut up.
Companions. Well, don't worry, he'll recover soon.
Okay, that wasn't bad. Companion, that was.
You're awake.
Oh, I wakey. I wakey, I eggs and bakey.
How do you feel? You slept for a really long time, but we never left.
Really? Well, I guess Paimon wouldn't even try to do anything without me, but I feel a lot better. Thank you both. And Seijwin works here, so.
Without a worry in the world. Remember to take your meds regularly, and remember bland foods.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Seijween.
Has everyone been saying Seijween? Do I just not remember from last time? Turn to the dormitories. Aha! This time I will put a warp point in my room. Oh yeah, check this out. Woohoo! Do that for fun and profit. Maybe not right in my room. How do I do this? I forgot. Portable waypoint. Bam.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death!
Wait, I sleep talked? Did I say anything I shouldn't have?
No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, go take my grilled fish and put down the Adeptus Temptation now!
That sounds normal.
Paimon talked with Sigewinne the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Are you sure we're not going off track with the infirmary?
Are we really off track, though? There's still a few weird things about the place. That movable hatch on the ground, as well as the questions Sigewinne asked Lurvine. And also, were they really talking about their meds before we walked in? Oh, and Lurvine and Jurier's argument, was it genuine? Or were they just putting on a show? Paimon, hear me out.
Whoa.
Conspiracy theory time. Get your tinfoil
really
hat.
Super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to give the info to Linny.
Over the next few days, you and Paimon work the station as normal during your shifts. However, you manage to find opportunities to write keywords relating to your suspicions on a piece of paper. Oh, that lasted longer than I expected. You manage to pass the slip to a busy Lynette, as she happens to pass by. Her disguise is impeccable. She's not even look at you or change her expression as she pockets the info. Wait, what if it was someone else, though? What do you mean disguise? She just looks like herself. She's not disguised. And finally, the promised 9th day arrives. How ominous.
Today's the day. Let's go meet up with Linny.
I'm gonna laser him. I'm gonna laser him. Linny's dead. Why is he always standing right there? Oh? What is it, Paimon?
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
So much trouble.
No,
You don't even want to
we just
know.
worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago, and as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Wait, isn't Lynette like a robot, though? Wouldn't? Whatever.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, you've already done more than enough. Infiltrating a guarded stronghold is a different kind of job from a one-off investigation. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first step for us, so she should be the one to finish the job.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
I'm not opposed to helping you.
Perhaps that's true. You are both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our respective loyalties. You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume you're just helping us out of the kindness of your hearts?
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future, too.
Yeah, the final battle that'll be in like 5 years.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fremine and Lynette feel the same way.
I get it now.
Glad to hear it. Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the infirmary right before lunch. Lynette knows this as well, so this should be a good time to meet up with her.
Oh yeah, we heard about that too.
Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Suspicious. I'm going. Oh, now it keeps teleporting me right to where I need to go. A face when no ambiguously gendered magician GF. He's clearly male. That is...
should be here right now.
I mean, if you're into that, fine, but...
Strange.
As expected,
Oops.
Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
Could she have found a lead and left to follow it?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know.
Short shorts and braid? I'm the one with the braid. Look at me.
Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back soon.
Okay.
Oh, clue time. Lynette's right here, though. Look, she's fine.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
Mm-hmm. She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, while she left to retrieve the medication.
But this bed is still unmade.
Which means either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
Oh no, that's not a good sign. Because... Did they capture Lynette?
There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sigewinne would be interested in these kinds of things? She even has books on understanding people's motivations and feelings. Is it because she's a Melusine? Or does she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Seems quite normal to me. These are skills that would come in handy for a nurse from time to time.
Okay. Come here. Trapdoor.
Ah, this is it! We saw it before!
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well.
It's bait! Lenny leans down the head.
The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure.
Contacted you how? You guys don't have like cell phones down here, man.
Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
It's panic time. Let's do it. Look on Lenny's face. He's definitely beginning to panic. Don't panic. He probably said this consciously more for himself than for me.
Hey,
Oh, why is my throat getting all clogged
over
up?
here.
A slip of paper.
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, "Out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this as me giving you my best regards."
This is...
Is that all?
Is there anything on the back?
The back. This is...
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Paimon's reading it now. Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
Oh, this is for us. I see.
No. Could she have... Is she already...
Wriothesley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
Wait, you mean he was aware of our goals from the very beginning? But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Why would he choose to act during our second infiltration attempt instead of the first?
Yes, that is a crucial question. Wriothesley, he doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulette, so you have no conflict of interest.
Nervulette?
We're a completely different story, though.
Lenny, I'm not going to let that slide. You can't just call him Nervulette and get away with it. Come on. Come on. They need... How do they not, like, write an official pronunciation for names and give it to every voice actor? Why do you only go after Lynette?
I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now.
Okay. Nervulette, huh?
Wait,
it's Nouvelette.
Right. Wait, but that means...
Remember the big bad judge guy?
The fact
Well, he's
that
not bad,
Fremine
but...
was able to leave the grounds. Could Wriothesley have let him go as well?
But what does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
I get it now. I do. He deliberately made them both disappear.
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Lenny, do the calm thing.
Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Child. That was our fault.
You think the rat stole your knees? What are you talking about? Also, what rats? Hand them over.
No. I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I was the one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Wriothesley.
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
Hurts to walk? Oh yeah, you said you were at marching band? That makes sense. Oh, she was just sitting and watching. Hey, don't you evil smile at me.
I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking.
If you think they're eavesdropping, then... Yeah.
Whoa, are you okay?
Ah, these two. As expected, they've already found this place. Oh, they are quite sharp. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, But I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of being trusted.
What the heck?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. Being able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill. Lenny! Wait!
Played us like a fiddle!
It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
Get back here! Oh. Where'd he go? Anyway, this is Novelet. Remember? Remember? He was the judge. He beat up Child at the end of the trial. It was cool. I have him now.
How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Risley's office.
He's not that fast though. I should be Lynette. Not really? Oh. Well, I remember.
Come out and face me, Risley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the fortress's indoor management regulations?
Okay, which
what
ones?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether.
Okay, good night, Lucky Bucky. Thanks for dropping by. Have good sleep. Don't let the spook get you.
Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to
I'll
attack
never
me
look
right now.
anywhere.
All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette. As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. It was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
She's not? What do you really want?
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
Risley, you know you're not going to be able to take me in a fight, right? Where are Lynette and Fremine?
Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So where do you think he may be right now?
Wait, you can't mean... You locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he'd definitely try to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating.
You know, this would have a little more impact of Fremine being locked outside if I haven't myself, like, swam around, like, the outside of this fortress, like, underwater, and, like, not even, like, investigating on purpose. I was just goofing around. I'm like, oh, it's here. And I'm collecting starfish. So, and there's a bunch here, so I'll get them. Who's this edgy boy? Risley is the prison warden, I guess? Kinda? I don't know. I'm not sure how much of a good guy or bad guy he is. Right now he's... well, he's a schemer for sure.
Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremenet is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I that he cannot last out there forever. You need do but one thing to
She could always just go up to the surface, you know.
I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening.
What do you think is in that chest back there? Honestly, it's probably like a gameplay chest, and it just has like the normal stuff, like some level up tomes and some gems and random like artifacts.
I've heard that the
just
bonds
Genshin
between
items.
the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the
Oh, that
Fortress
chest?
of
No,
Meripede?
that's...
This place is basically a
Never mind.
no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her.
She
Both
goes to
Monsieur
it when he stops
Neuvillette
talking.
and Lady
If it lets
Farina
me.
have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
Linny!
That's weird because I forget her name, but the father, she was like really insistent on having a meeting with the Archon of this region in a one-on-one conversation. But then like she won't talk to Risley?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second?
No.
From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremenet left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
I wish his lip flaps would keep going.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5...
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney.
Wait.
Risley!
You should still let Lynette go.
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Please wait, can we really not talk about this some more? Like, you just suddenly made a time limit for no reason.
Yeah, listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
We're cool.
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes?
He also says Neuvillette.
You're here helping him out.
What the heck?
And I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
Please spare Fremine and Lynette.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found, I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request.
Wait, if I...
Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
I can't believe it's asking about the hidden rules. If I recall correctly, if you keep working without any rest during lunch hour on the 3rd day, you will find a portion of strange meat in your welfare meal. It's a good thing that we've already run a thorough investigation on this. Let's see if I can remember all the clues. Oh, we're gonna do Ace Attorney. If you break the hidden rules of the production zone, your welfare meal might contain some strange meat. Who will see it if you keep working continuously?
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could Sigewin be doing during that time?
Okay, that's not it.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fonta.
Okay.
We often see Miss Sigewin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health just by looking at them.
Alright.
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it.
Boy, I streamed this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so it's a good thing it's reminding me at least.
The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, the Melusines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appears rather strange and alien to humans. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well.
Wait, none of those seem related. What the heck?
I've been told that the infirmary is always
Watch
empty
bed.
for the
See
half
more
hour just before
short shorts
lunch.
and braids. Okay, have a good
What
night.
could
Thanks for dropping
Sigewin
by.
be doing during that time?
I'm gonna select this one. Sigewin is the... She is the nurse, so she would want you to... Did the cheese not throw? Come on. Come on, cheese. Is it broken? What the heck? The program closed. How did that happen? I literally had it open before stream. Yeah, I must have either closed on accident or it crashed. It's weird. Not subscribing. Hang on, I'm fixing it. There we go. Ow. Okay. I'll refund your points though. Ow. Cheese that misses sometimes. Let's see. Ah! Wow, that was a very large GameCube. What did I have this lucky to? Okay, that's it. There she is. Okay, bye.
The Fonta promoter has been struggling. We often see Miss Sigewin observing the prisoners at... Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed... The research notes said that the Melusine race...
Okay, so the strange meat is literally Sigewin forcing people to not work as much. I guess. What?
We often see Miss Sigewin observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. Fanta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. I've been told that the infirmary is always empty.
Those are the ones I picked. Whatever.
Ah, so that's what's going on. Paimon understands it now. Who would have guessed? The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal. At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared, but in reality, they were all prepared by Sijween, the head nurse.
Wait, is she making people sick on purpose, or is she trying to reward people for working hard and she's just a really bad chef?
She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work.
No, she's forcing them to take a rest.
Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sijween visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost. Sijween has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However,
Okay, she is a bad chef.
unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out. Are we on the right track?
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijween's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well.
Okay, that chest does have an item
nice
in
to
it,
know
though.
that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged. All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
Because that's not how betting works. Mm-hmm. Violate the hidden rule of Pancration Ring, you will receive a bag containing a strange blood-colored fluid. So that's the Fanta or whatever.
Fanta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fanta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it.
That's one. Wait, am I answering like different questions each time? Is that why? I thought I was just finding 3 related things.
The Fanta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. The research notes said that the Melusine race... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta companies... The Fanta promoter has been...
Okay, did those in the wrong order. Alright, who sent the package containing a strange...
The research notes said that the Melusine race perceived... According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fanta company sponsored...
Okay.
The research notes said that the Melusine race... Fanta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product.
Okay, so it's unpackaged, so that's that. Yeah.
Ah, Paimon gets this rule too now, so there really was nothing to be afraid of. That hidden rule of the Pancration Ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer.
Mm-hmm.
But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fanta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fanta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company,
It's just
facing
Kool-Aid.
backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But The Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words, I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company.
Uh-oh.
All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
We haven't collected enough info to answer that question.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind.
Linny?
You'll pay for this!
Uh,
Lenny, are you alright?
what was that little... Hang on. That's just a little into his neck.
Oh, close one. I owe you, Siegeween. That was a fantastic shot.
Oh.
It was nothing, Your Grace.
She's gonna be an archer, isn't she?
Siegeween? Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Siegeween... You...
Yep.
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty.
I didn't mean to skip the text.
When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
If you're close with Novelette, why not learn a thing or two about virtue from him?
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Siegeween, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you. What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want. Let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now.
Okay. There aren't any other characters down
Miss
here.
Miss Siegeween, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
Door suddenly slams open. Familiar figure. Oh.
Some space, please.
Oh, hello, madam.
Ah, Miss Clarande. My door.
Fremine. Fremine.
He looks alright.
What's going on? What is Clarande doing here?
Work.
Well.
Sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linny. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like this?
These symptoms. It can't be. What? Also, why'd the music move far away?
An accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
Uh-oh.
What did you say?
That's actually a problem.
Make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clorand while you get Freminet to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Like how it's implied Sejuani just picks him up and walks. Oh, it's just over there. Dang it! Oh,
What's
I
that
wanted
look
to
on
open
your
the
face?
chest.
I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sejuani may have been forced to shoot Mr. Lenny again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time, well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Neuvillette. Some of them say Nervillette instead of
If you
Neuvillette.
want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
Is that a... No, it's not a collectible chest. Ah, upsetting content. Perish, you're both dead. Lenny's expression looks disgusted. It seems like he'd rather not have Sejuani touch Freminet. Still, he doesn't stop her, since it's obvious that Freminet does require urgent medical care. Sejuani's examining Freminet carefully. She doesn't look too upset, which is a good sign. I hope Freminet will be okay.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
For fun.
Please, look after Mr. Freminet for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Lenny has finally begun to stop tensing the muscles in his face. Seems that he trusts what Sejuani just said. Sejuani.
Lenny, are you okay?
No.
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look all right.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon, you're here too.
Yeah, hi.
Freminet? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
Lenny and Lynette immediately come to look. Okay. Hi. So
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us?
okay. I guess Raisley's not gonna talk to me anyway.
Duke and Clarande are gone. They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Fremine out of the sea.
Oh, Rand saved Fremine from the sea. Just what happened there? I guess it's appropriate to be Lynette right now. Wait, no, I'm going up. Can't stop me. Yeah. Look at me. I'm the Duke now. What's up, fellas?
Could I tempt you with some sugar for your tea?
No need.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Could I tempt you with...
No need.
Okay, you both say the same thing. Understandable. That's close enough.
Surprise!
It is funny how much this game, like, just doesn't put teleport points in convenient locations. They refuse. I mean, they do sometimes, but it feels more not than often.
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel?
Lynette.
We're all here.
Where am I?
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine. And you are no longer in any danger. How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it.
One sec. Bah. What happened after you snuck into the pipes?
Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Why do I have to play it?
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned. Where could Master Child be?
I do have to play it. Huh, this music kind of reminds me of, I want to say Eastward? Maybe a little Celeste? I get a little penguin!
Huh. This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
Okay. Alright, we have made it up. And that brings that. Yoshi Yosh. And, okay, don't have to go back down and rotate it.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
I do have to go back down. I need my penguin buddy. It's important and necessary. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, can I rotate it while I'm on it? Huh? I can't rotate it anymore? Illegal? Okay, I guess I rotate it and then raise it, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I misunderstood. Turn Cheese back on to reading chat. Alright, I solved the puzzle. Alright, why do they have random chests laying around that are not gameplay chests that I can open? So rude. Why do I
This is where the water starts.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
It would actually be really funny if Child was dead. It'd be the first, like, playable character death. Alright, it's level 90. He's got Royal Greatsword. Noblesse Oblige, fair enough. Okay, there's plant life down here.
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction. There are traces here too. I need to keep going.
Like I wasn't going to.
The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on?
I'm just gonna turn mic monitoring off.
No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
And then he didn't. Wait, is like... Oh, my health bar is going down. I see. I escape. I get out of the water.
I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater. I have to push on.
Okay, makes sense.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going. I probably passed out some time after that, and you know the rest.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak, Fremine. You can go after you've had some more rest.
Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
Got it. I'll go talk to him.
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Lenny?
Dude, he probably shouldn't.
No, please go on without me. I don't want to leave just yet.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while.
In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Yay. Goodbye.
Behold!
So we just go right back in. Alright, Risley, you got some splaining to do. Oops.
Excuse me.
I take it Mr. Fremine's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegewien?
I wanted to check up on Miss Clarande. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Yeah.
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Alright, then enlighten yourself.
Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
Why didn't you stop them?
Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went, so I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Linny's group would just do your work for you!
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Well,
why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right! Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good Mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already.
So the Forbidden Zone really exists?
That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know!
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Yes.
Follow me.
Set me free. Trust me. And we will escape from the city. Oh. Yeah, that does seem like a place where a second staircase would be.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Wriothesley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
I thought it was a prison. Okay.
Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
Once everyone has taken a position, okay.
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything special.
And that is...
What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
You don't feel like you have any authority to, like, demand that I don't tell them?
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
What's that in the middle of the room?
Go on, have a look.
You're not gonna lock me between the doors, are you? Oh, I'm still Geo Traveler. This room is really empty with nothing here. Which is quite strange on its own. There's also...
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it. But it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place.
Looks like it's budging a lot.
But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position.
Oh.
Likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
Water pressure?
Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard
said one
is
thing, but
tracking
okay.
something less ordinary. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
Oh.
The concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
Primordial seawater is continually leaking into the sea?
Yes, that's very likely.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh. Oh!
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all.
If this gate falls, all of Fontaine will fall with it.
You know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
And we know they do, too.
Too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea? Who built this place anyway?
That's probably why it's here.
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon Egeria ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent, and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them, and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontanian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed.
Well, I left out the parts that he made up.
It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
Do you believe in the prophecies?
To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
So as the Duke of Meripede, just what do you plan to do about it, huh?
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something.
Okay.
This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone!
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
Ed who?
He's the one who blew the whole institute sky high. Everyone knew he was a bit crooked in the head, but you're not local, so I guess it's possible for you not to have heard of him.
Edwin's main areas of research were archeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the Fortress of Meripede?
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
Is that really necessary?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
They'll realize it someday.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
Well, excuse me for being easily impressed.
Simon really thinks everything's super cool.
Is this just a normal room?
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
This is...
What a huge ship? This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontanian history?
Not much at all.
About 3 things.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
This is a plan for the ages.
Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. Alright, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions? Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back. I'll leave you here for now.
I think I missed which part his actual plan is.
Thank you so much.
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
Means that my actions now will decide the next steps Lenny's group takes. Rating. In other words, if I want to tell Lenny the truth, I must make him understand that we cannot afford to excessive conflict right now.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Yeah, we will.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
It's not ominous at all. Alright. Oh, they're still in the infirmary, right?
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves, to the water, and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Seishween.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so it should have been the 2 of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations?
Feeling better now, Lenny?
Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sejuin is also busy with something or other, so let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Mirapede.
Ooh, he's good. He got that right on the first try.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more, the Fortress of Meripede is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Wriothesley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the two factions are pitted against each other, Wriothesley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be.
Lenny's grasp on the big picture is amazing. Was it... Wriothesley didn't really seem that worked up about the knave, but sure.
You're super smart!
Thanks so much. Then finally, there's the last question. If Wriothesley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
After some deliberation, you share the information you just learned with Lenny and company. Okay. While sharing what you saw, the app says... Blah, 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 blah.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Wriothesley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Wriothesley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our Father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
Sure.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Lenny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
We can work together again if necessary.
Given your strength, you might not need our help at all. But if you are ever in danger,
very strong.
we will try our best to protect you.
Aww, the sound of that makes Paimon feel all warm and safe inside.
What was that?
Paimon's hungry.
Oh,
How dare you, Paimon?
You've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
Okay. Go to cafeteria.
Squall and Fury.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Come on, let's go pick up ours as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here.
Hey, Siegebean.
Are you here for dinner too, Miss Siegebean? And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well. You're right. She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria. What would you like to eat?
Huh? We can choose?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
And I'll have the biggest portion you have to offer.
Don't forget Paimon! No problem. Just leave it to me.
After a while, the meal Siege orders you and like part. Okay. Siege also brings drinks to you. It tastes a little strange, but she insists they're very nutritious. Okay, the shakes generally taste pretty terrible, but at least okay.
So delicious.
Amazing!
Paimon's so happy. Paimon wants to feast like this every day. Feeling full yet? How's the food? Delicious.
Besides the milk, I mean, everything was super delicious.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment.
Hey, quit studying my facial
Do you do this to help your patients
movements.
or to better understand human beings? A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a melusine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you. You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister. Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear. Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well? Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Colorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Colorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Clorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger. You were all super considerate and really thought everything through. It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
Well, that doesn't make sense at all. It's hard to imagine Neuvillette outside of his office.
Get a good night's rest, you two. You both worked very hard.
I think I was supposed to read that as a joke, and I didn't. Hey, port point coming in handy.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yeah, I'm also getting there. Wow, she really immediately fell asleep.
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds. For free.
For free. Good night.
Out of my way! Get out of my way!
Oh?
What happened? Why is everyone running?
Hey, my waypoint's in the cutscene.
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Wait.
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
What's that sound? Come on, wake up. We need to go out and see what's going on. Wake up! Get out of bed and put on a little makeup.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
I mean, that's normal, I think.
There you are.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah?
Quisto and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here.
Oh.
Lavaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the cracks. Haven't you heard all the stories like that? An evacuation is successfully completed, yet you only find out once you do a head count that 1 or 2 people are missing.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? Why is it suddenly my idea?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us.
He said his Grace said to evacuate outwards?
Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards.
And that means whatever happened must have happened down below. Oh no, isn't that cave at the very bottom?
It can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to go
downward and inward.
Just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Ah, he ain't being careful.
Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Oh, so they're not actually, like, escaping the place.
Attention, please.
I see, things have escalated. For some reason I thought I had to sit on the button to open the stairs, but the stairs were already open.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
Wait, is this gonna be a boss fight? I should not have this team.
But be ready to run.
Yeah, freeze it. Okay, but it's gonna melt eventually, yeah? Or just keep bursting through.
Three, 2, 1.
You can do it! Oh.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
What's Neuvillette gonna do?
The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Also, what's she gonna do? She doesn't have ice powers that are gonna stop the water. Electrocuting the water's not gonna do anything.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the Knave there. You must protect Farina, and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
Okay, you can explain everything else to me later.
Will do. You have my sincerest gratitude.
Okay, I'm guessing Neuvillette's gonna go down and take care of stuff while we go help Farina.
Surprise!
Maybe Farina will be able to help.
Look, there are a ton of Fatilian Palais Mermonia people over there. The Knave is probably here already. We need to hurry.
I feel like we were dealing with something more urgent
Are you two the
already.
Traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Nervalet has left instructions. Please follow me. Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence. But it would be most appreciated if you could protect Lady Farina to the best of your abilities.
Wait, I will.
Do my best!
Ah. Oh, she's so happy to see me.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course! How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
Nice to meet you. I've killed some of your friends. Don't worry about it. So this is the Knave, the head of the House of the Hearth, and Lenny's siblings' father. She certainly does not seem easy to deal with. Greetings.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Nice cake.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
It's not drugged, right? She seems friendly enough, but that can't be all there is to her. The Knave is a force to be reckoned with. I should be very cautious around her.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
It's quite tasty, and I think Paimon agrees too.
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
Sure? Why is that intimidating sounding? Wait, Child should have no reason to have said something like that.
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
I have faith in his abilities.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Farina looks quite nervous. There must be some kind of bad blood between her and the Knave.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was subdued by Udex Nuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Nuvillette.
I managed to find a few leads on his whereabouts.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
It's not my fault.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Oh, and just how do you know that?
Yeah, Paimon, how?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Mirapede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Somewhere alive.
Well...
Somewhere living. Oh no, Paimon's statement just left us wide open.
The Fortress of Mirapede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
We do not. But there was also no evidence that he's been injured or killed.
That is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the Opera House. Is it something like that?
She's turning up the pressure. I'm not sure if I'll be able to convince her, but I can at least try to distract her from Farina. That sounds good to me, yes?
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded. Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
There's a T-Rex outside!
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Farina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Maybe.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Maybe it's your incredibly long hair. Okay, it's not touching him.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled.
But it is
and
not
the
this
waters
day?
burst forth. But it is not this day.
Yeah!
This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Oh? People being punished for a sin long ago?
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
Hmm? Well, did it?
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house. Miss Farina,
Nuh-uh.
as the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
She's too new of an
At this
Archon.
point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as
She doesn't know
diplomatic
about it.
representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontanian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures!
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high.
Oh. Farina's not acting like her usual self. She's actually seriously refuting the knave's accusations. She means what she says. She's not putting on a front. Hang on, I need to do a thing real quick. Maybe. Let things get too cluttered down here. I can't find the thing I need. Okay, shoot. I'll have to deal with that later then. Never mind.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
So was that all a lie? Did she really not tell us? She was so full of conviction and confidence just now. But now she's deflated like a popped balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time. It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Nouvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
These aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know what Nouvillette's line of attack is. If I had to guess, he probably went down to deal with the surging primordial sea, but can he really deal with it all by himself? And is Farina being truthful or not?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise. You too,
Okay.
Paimon.
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
Is there like a truth serum in the cake or something? The maid proceeds to change topics, brings up another or less significant that matters. Okay.
Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Child before I must be on my way.
Of course.
Paimon's coming too!
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined. Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
You sure you don't want me and you to have a little chatsy? Just a little... okay. Where are we? Okay, bye, Farina. Wow. This is where we are. There's a little picture thingy up there. Can't really do that right now. Or can I? You know, we haven't seen Navia this whole patch, I think.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Child was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
Oh.
That's what Paimon thought.
What do you want to say?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
I didn't think that's what you wanted to talk about.
Do I look like an irresponsible father to you? The House of the Hearth is very important to me. You should know that I care deeply about my children.
Was there nothing else you wanted to say?
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know
So your
you just
apology was
returned from
informal,
the fortress
or
of
your
Relax.
thank you.
I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them, especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Farina?
She's a bit of a doofus.
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
Uh-oh.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meropide.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
A curse?
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me! I'm begging you, please!
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone.
Oh.
Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Eudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article.
That seems a little too obvious, though,
I
right?
have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Wriothesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meripede will be a front. Lenny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
Okay. And why tell me all this?
You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
How did you come to that conclusion?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you. You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
Neuvillette?
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette,
Hello.
is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina.
May we ask what happened down there?
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate.
As for what happened on our side, you recount the stuff.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Can I ask you some questions?
Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back the Primordial Sea. Does that mean you have some deeper connection with the Hydro Archon?
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's That's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
What did you sense in the Fortress of Meripede?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
He just said he mourned. That's why it rained. The clear sky suddenly filled with dark clouds. The rain became heavier. The light rain soon growing to a downpour. And just moments before, Neuvillette mentioned his sense of grief. Thinking back to that legend and what Freminette said, it said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. Wait, Neuvillette, you can't be...
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon sovereign of water.
The dragon of... what?
What?
Please do not be so surprised.
Oh, hi, Farina.
Farina?
Neuvillette, are you listening?
Ah, my apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Alright.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
There are 7 elemental Archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried.
Sure. See you later, Neuvillette.
We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Alright, back down to the depths.
The wind rises.
Wait, that's not the one in my room, is it? No. It's a little to the side, although that might have been faster.
Squall Fury.
This isn't the med bay, though. That was on the other side of my room, right? Oh, nope, it is the med bay.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, well, look who it is.
But was that
Traveler,
a car
hi.
suit, or is he off base on purpose?
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from an A.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
Good job.
How did she react?
She's very intimidating.
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the Opera House and we met the Knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a lot of things.
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
It was a little
Her
surprising.
attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Mm-hmm. Father is very capable, and also trustworthy. Oh, Paimon just remembered that
I
she
don't know
thought
about
Winnie was a
trustworthy.
bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days? Looks like it, yeah. Excellent.
Why?
I will host a tea party. For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake. Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Why point that out? Why point that out, Lynette?
Step on up.
Ah. The one's right underneath. Is that Siege Bean? It is. How you doing, girly? Siege Bean!
Paimon, you're back! Are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt?
Don't worry, we're both doing great.
We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervilette paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being.
Wait, how did people sustain injuries? It was all contained to that one room, and no one was there besides Risley and, I forgot her name. Girl.
Of course. We must also thank you
And
for the
Nervilette.
help you provided. How did Nervilette know that he was needed here? Well, Monsieur Nervilette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both alright. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Okay. You went from borderline stranger to crushing on me real quick. That's fine,
Surprise!
I guess. Hey, boys.
You guys are back?
Quisto! Lavaroon!
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
We're here by choice.
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
Oh, we left.
We're sorry, but we just had some business to take care of.
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two all right? Do you think they made it out alive? Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
We did have drinks.
There's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals, is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
These two, they sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Your meals will bring all the prisoners to the cafeteria.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
Thanks. It's a weird thing to say to me. Let me in, punks. Need to talk to Riceley. Oh, down. Okay. Okay. Riceley's not here. You two. Quit making out.
Junior, Miss Sishween told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? What's you two?
Junior, Lurvine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
We're fine, thanks.
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Did I? Distracted. Alright, Mr. Duke. If that is your real title.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
Well, we just wanted to talk.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere.
I don't think that's going to work.
He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sijween's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sijween.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Clorand received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sijween worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sijween too?
Nope, they're from yours truly.
No.
You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
Why? Is food still covered?
You may access the cafeteria for free.
Yeah, we don't have to work.
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
Alright, now where are we going? Yay! Back to our cell. So happy. Oh.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same.
Feels like we've regained our freedom.
Mm-hmm. Being free sure feels pretty special now.
Paimon, is there something you'd like to say?
Huh? How did you know?
Because you usually just immediately fall asleep.
Hey, that's not true! All right. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all. It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool?
I don't think we're just two people. I mean, numerically, yes, but I'm an outworlder, and you're still not sure what you are, Paimon, but you're not normal. We're the best adventurers ever.
You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Being a guide counts too.
Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward.
Yo, I'd totally pull for Paimon, not gonna lie.
That's making Paimon giddy. Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right?
We'll be fine, so don't worry, Paimon.
Alright then. Good night to you, Traveler.
Good night to you, Paimon. What? Don't face each other. That's weird. Paimon's not your girlfriend. Oh, was Child in the Primordial Sea? Oh no. Poor guy. Wait, is that Neverlet? In his dragon form that looks like a whale? Cataclysm's quickening. Oh, we're caught up on plot then, huh? I mean, I could call it. Or... Because, I mean... Because I have this Phantom Thief. That's Linny's story, but... There's Neverlet's. I don't want to commit to a whole other plot to do on stream, though. I'll probably do these off stream. Why are you exclaiming at me? Stop exclaiming. Oh, I could claim a key, that's why.
It's been a while since we last saw Neverlet. Paimon wonders what he's been up to. Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
No. So is that... I don't know, I guess it was just memes or whatever, but I was under the impression this story was supposed to, like, change my impression of Farina, and it kind of hasn't. And not that I hate her, but I still have the same impression of her being kind of just an idiot showboat. She's cute, but... Oh yeah, Mona's not on the team anymore because she's at full friendship. Neverlette's not fully up to snuff yet, though. I don't know what artifacts to give him. I usually wait for a certain website to recommend sets. And then if I disagree, I'll do something else, but I just have to trigger whatever on him. His talents are all up to 6. I'm still leveling his weapon. Oh. I could give him Wood Sith. But I mean... Neverlet having a theme song every time he enters the field doesn't... You know, he can have Wood Sith until I've leveled the book. That way I can prioritize leveling him over leveling his weapon. But this is his book for sure. I mean, I don't have his actual book. I could pull for it, but I just, you know. I'm also still working on leveling up Hu Tao's weapon. How long until... Wish banner is always what I go by. So there's 7 days until the next banner. And then that's like going to be another 2 weeks for the next update. 2 to 3 weeks. I don't really plan on pulling the next banner. It's gonna be like Wriothesley and someone else. I don't care. Unless Sijuin is one of the 4 stars, I'll pull for her. Don't think I won't.
Yep.
And for the record, I do not pull. Well, I do pull for every girl, but I do not level every girl. Ember, Lisa, Kujasara, Sucrose, Xinyan, Beidou, Ningguang, Noelle, Zhongling, Zarya. I have no intention of leveling them. Maybe Sucrose someday, but the rest of them, don't care.
Entering standby mode.
Yeah,
I hope nobody does.
my in-training team. Actually, Farazan and Yanfei are kind of ready to go. Although I guess I need to get artifacts for Yanfei. But it's these two, and then Barbara, and then Candace. And that's all I have planned. I may... I'll probably fully ascend Jean at some point. And who knows, maybe someday I'll actually pull Chi-Chi. Or Dia. Although at this point I don't even know if I have a spot on the team for Dia. Like... on my Claymore team. Because it's, Noelle's a stand-in for Navia, who is absolutely getting pulled by me and going on this team. I mean, Sayu and Dori aren't really necessary to both be here. I like Sayu's design better, but Dori's, I feel like, a better unit. She charges her meter really quick. I feel like I always have a problem doing that with Sayu. And, you know, as a healer, you want to fill that meter. I mean, both of their heals are on burst, not on skill. So yeah, if I get Dia, I might replace Dory or Sayu here.
Rainy days are perfect for spacing out.
Oh yeah, you didn't ask, I know. I'm just in Genshin brain rot mode. I'll have a reward. Wait, hang on.
The wind rises.
Claim this real quick. I really hate that Genshin has become part of my daily schedule. I should have never started playing this game. Ooh. Yeah, it got me a whole level. Nice. Yeah, let's teleport over here. I'm glad Fontaine at least has a convenient central checkpoint that's right next to a crafting table and the Adventurers Guild. Wait. Oh, I could craft one. I'll craft exactly one. Just to have it, not to use it. I don't need this anymore. I wish I could remove it from the crafting table. The Animoculus Resonance Stone, because I already have that fully thinged. I don't have Inazuma fully leveled with the Inoculus, whatever, blah blah blah, floaty boys. But I don't care. I've used these a couple times and it brings me to floaty boys that I can't like get to. Either I'm blocked off by a quest or something, or it's just way too cryptic. Inazuma sucks with its puzzles. Although nothing in Fontaine's been that bad to acquire. But I'll probably wait till Fontaine's like fully like out as a region. I don't have Sumeru fully leveled either. Must get rid of exclamation marks. Alright, just so we have gameplay today, I'm gonna go fight a thing. Because it's not a boss, I'm not that worried about killing it quickly, so this team can stay. I still have yet to experience Neuvillette being busted, because he is not fully leveled and stuff.
Solidify! I will have order!
Surprise!
Apparently Neuvillette is busted, but I'm not sure why.
Unsightly insects.
Get kicked.
Stabilize!
Oh, there's another one over here. I know there's a total of 4 enemies, but I thought 2 more would spawn.
Be amazed!
This is order! Bow your head. Squall and fury!
Oh, another
Gather!
bipedal.
Silence!
So the problem with this current team comp
You dare to gaze upon me?
is none of my sub members have continually applying elements, so I don't get reactions.
I will have order! Bow your head. Let the mighty be humble.
This game plan is usually just to sit here and do this. But I do damage way faster if there's another element being continually applied. Mm-hmm. 86. See, this is enough for maybe like 1 level, if that. Not even. I haven't gone to my teapot today. I did do my dailies already. And the weeklies.
This realm is truly beginning.
Oh yeah, it's a new week. I got refreshes.
If you ever have...
If you ever have ever have ever have ever, if you ever have ever, if you ever have ever, if you ever, if ever, if ever, ever have ever, if you ever, if ever, if ever, ever have ever. Sorry, I don't know what came over me. Sigh. Have I got already all the... Oh, I have a name card. Right, for the Fontaine reputation. Have I redeemed all the EXP from the shop? Yes, I have. Dang. Oh. Alright, well, thanks so much for watching. Although my Genshin streams... Never mind. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, my peeps. Ferret out. Wait,
water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
That's so amazing. Novelette.
Ferret out, cheese. Take care and have a wonderful day ahead. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. See you soon, Paw Prince, Glowing Star.
I don't know if you'll be joining me for Castlevania, actually, but, I'll see you around, Cheesette. Until next time, my Fezlings. Why have I always said my peeps? It's the only time I say it. Until next time, Fezlings, Ferret out. It's still October, so, you know. Gotta have the Halloween end slate.